Wanting on the ground floor of a 55 plus community, that's what we have for you here. Stick around to the end. The last house is their nicest house, and it's one of the nicest 55 plus homes I've ever seen. My name is Ray Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, and welcome to the Four Seasons in Port St. Lucie, Florida. This is their Astaire model. This is the smallest single-family home they have in the community. It's part of the Pines collection. Well, let's go check it out. I don't know if you caught the elevation. It might have been a little bit hard to tell. Maybe I'll show you a little bit later. It's called a Spanish modern look. It's got that combination of the modern and the Spanish Mediterranean look, which I think is sort of unique. But this home is a two-bed, two-bath home. It's 1852, so it's on the smaller side. This is a 55-plus community. In general, when you're working with 55-plus communities, they're going to be a little bit smaller. They're assuming that you're empty nesters, obviously. If you do have kids, there are always in 55-plus communities, there are always regulations. Watch that video if you want to know the pros and cons of living in a 55-plus community. But I think for the size, this kitchen especially, it shows well. So everything in this collection is a one-story. In general, people, and even whether you're 55 and older or not, we have found that a lot of people prefer the one story because they feel it's at some point they don't want to walk the stairs. This home is going to be base price of the, well, actually, let me tell you, I showed this briefly, farmhouse. The options, the builder's KO-ving here, and the way they do their upgrades and their options is a little bit different than other builders. I'll touch on this as we go, but this is the farmhouse palette, as they call it. It's one of the categories you get to choose. Price of this house, base price of this house is roughly $410,000. But let me tell you something. Their best sales right now are on the quick delivery homes. That's where the deals are. Reach out to us. We can give you a little bit more insight on where the deals are in this community and the surrounding area. So I just entered the master suite. It's a decent size. I mean, remember, it's a 55-plus community, so you're not going to have a big, elaborate master suite like you would in an all-age community. Shows well. It's decorated well. The designers always decorate the homes like this, like that chandelier and whatnot. Remember, you're in the model home. There are a lot of upgrades in here. Reach out to us if you want to get if you want an idea of what's what in that regard. But then it comes into this. I think this master bathroom shows well. Now, I was speaking with the consultant here, and she was telling me about the rain showers. They have two of them here, which might be an upgrade, but I think it's nice. The fact is you can get it. And the other thing that's nice about this home is it's a big closet. I mean, for a 55-plus community, this is a really big closet. Like, you can hear myself. There's nothing in here. They show it with the wire cabinets. If I'm buying this house as a to be built, I'm taking the wire cabinets. I'm keeping my cost basis down from a tax perspective. I could do it cheaper, and you want some help on that, you let me know. You could do it cheaper if you buy it with those and build it afterwards. So that's my advice when it comes to the upgrades when you're looking at your master baths. Over there across the street is, we'll talk a little bit more about this later, are there paired villas? Over here is the farmhouse style of the model called the Stanwyck. They're also using it as their sales office. If you walk into that sales office on your own, you are absolutely crazy. We highly recommend independent representation. Independent representation means we need to be there on your very first visit. If you try to add us after you visit a community for the first time, oftentimes the builder will not allow us. There's no discount for not using us. The cost to using us for out of your pocket is zero. It's the builder that pays us, and they're happy to do so. We'll be there for your whole journey, from first visit to closing. We'd love to help you here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida. Did you notice when we walked in, the ceiling height? It's pretty high. For one story, it's a high ceiling. Not quite 15. I don't know if that's a 12-foot ceiling, something like that is my guesstimate. Your secondary room, it's not the biggest in the world. Let me turn the camera around and show you. You guys that follow the channel know we do the pros and cons. So that would be one of the cons for this house, in my opinion, is the secondary bedroom is a little bit on the smaller side. This is the bathroom. It is a full bath. So there's not really a second a powder room, so to speak. So anyways, this is the smallest, and that's why. So if you want something very affordable, this is like the entry level for a single family home. I think it shows well. If that's the smallest and that's the bottom of it, I give them a thumbs up. I just want to step outside briefly. Here they're showing the home with a little putting green, which I think looks nice. I want to talk more about. I'll talk more about the lots later. Your water lot is going to be more money than your preserve. I'll give you the exact pricing on that in a little while, but the lots look pretty good. As you move up the collections, from the one collection to the next, you gain about 10 feet, in the width. So that's something to consider if you're looking at a home here at Four Seasons here in Port St. Lucie. So I'm sticking in the Pines collection right now, and I'm in the Kelly. And I just walked into this house, and I will tell you, this house, even though it's in the same collection, it looks a lot bigger. What do you think? I mean, when I walked from that front door to back here, it took a while. It's a bigger place. So it's still a 2-2. It's a 2-bedroom, two bath. The stair was a 2-car garage. The Kelly here is a 3-car garage. They're both 1 stories. Everything in this collection is a 1-story. You're looking at 2163 square feet under air. So what does that equate to? It's only about 300 square feet under air, larger. It just feels a lot larger to me for some reason. So the thing that also stands out to me is this. The kitchen just looks bigger, right? This island is quite long. They're showing which 4 chairs. I bet you can get more here. They're showing it with a, you guys know what this is called, right? It's called a waterfall countertop. It's a quartz countertop. They don't have the thicker. They're not using the thicker the quartz. Listen. If I'm buying my house and I'm picking my own quartz, the countertops, I'm going with the 3 inches. To me, it makes a big difference. It just shows a sign of elegance. I noticed they use GE in the other home. I don't know what this is, but anyway, it doesn't show. But it shows nice, I'll tell you that. They use the same countertop. They use the same for here as well. Here's your stove. Hooded stove. This area back here is your dining area. So this is like, if you don't like a traditional dining room, but because you want something open, this is it. Because this is like a dining room but it's open to the rest of the house. Don't want to get you dizzy there. This is a pretty big table for this. So then of course you have a lot of room here at the counter eat. Here's your family room. And they show this house with the pool, which, by the way, they've got some good options for pools here. If you're into pools and you want to do a to-be built, this is a good builder for that. 19 years ago, my family and I relocated to this beautiful part of the world we call sunny South Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find honor to help people perhaps like you do the exact same thing. So if you're thinking about moving to this area and you want to ask questions from people who have actually done it before, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number, but literally the very best way is in the description and the comment section. There's a link. Click on that link. That'll set up some time for us to speak, either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to sunny South Florida. So when I was in the Astaire, I didn't really show you their office. It's a little bit smaller than this, but I think it shows nice. This is a bigger office. It's right off, like there's the front door right there. It's right off. It's right off. So this flex area is very, it's very sought after. Almost all the builders are doing it now. You can use it as a office, or if you really want to, you can really make it another bedroom if you like. Same concept as the other home, except the difference is the secondary bedroom here is a little bigger. When I say same concept, I mean it's off the front, and you have your full bath off there. It's just, and the other thing is the hallway. I'll back up here. The hallway is just a lot longer, and it's not just that. You go through the hallway, and it extends into that open dining room. It just makes the house look that much more deep. See, here is like your mud area. So you have the garage here, and then you have nice little area. So if you come in, you want to throw your shoes, your stuff here. It's a northern concept. A lot of people up north that are used to having snow, which we do not get snow here in Four Seasons. Even though the community is called Four Seasons, we really only have like two, and none of them are hot, none of them are cold. That's sort of that's the concept of what they do there. The laundry room is it's for a 55 plus builder. It's pretty big, and look at all this storage space. I would hang clothes in there. This is again, this is good. I like to show the laundry rooms because I think it's one of those rooms that gets overlooked. I'd prefer, all things being equal, I'd rather have a bigger laundry room. So I just took a walk outside of the Kelly. They're using travertine here. Pool prices start at $95,000. With that, you get what they call a plunge pool. I don't know if this is a plunge pool, but it might be. It's a smaller pool. And you got the spa off it. So if you $95,000 for just the plunge pool, starting to rain here, and then this is the spa that comes off it. If you're doing a full pool and a spa, you're going to pay about $145,000. Whoa, we're getting really heavy here. When you buy a pool package with this builder in general, you will get like your flooring. It might not be standard, it might not be travertine. Travertine is a nicer material, but you also get the fence. So that's sort of nice. So people say that's the price for the pool. Remember, you're getting fencing, you're getting decking. There's a lot more to go when you're buying a pool. And I personally think, especially for a 55 plus where you have great amenities, we'll talk more about the amenities. Stick around for that. Also, remember, I'm going to talk about that Zoom call a little bit later. If you want some guidance on this stuff, we highly recommend getting on that Zoom call. But for a 55 plus, this is a really nice backyard, in my opinion. So now we're kicking it up a notch. We are in the Oaks collection, which is their biggest homes, and I like these. This is the smallest of the biggest. That makes sense? The smallest of the biggest. This is called the Morse. This is it's only two beds. 2 bedrooms, 2.5. You get a half bathroom here. I like that. I personally, I wouldn't buy a house without a half bathroom. That's just me. Especially if I'm entertaining. If you're not entertaining a lot, then okay. But if you're entertaining, you really do want that half bath. I'll tell you a little bit more about why I say that later. Again, it's 1 story. Everything in this community seems to be a 1-story home. 2375, 2,375 square feet under air. I'll take it from the outside. It was just raining a little bit. I've got to show you from the outside. I think this home shows well from the outside. I also want to show you out there, that lot, that lake is impressive. And I got to touch more on that. So let's go check out the Morse here in 4 Seasons of Port St. Lucie. This is Florida for you. Over there, nice bright blue skies. Over here, it's pouring. No, it's pouring. It's raining a little bit here, but it looks like it's pouring there. That is Florida for you. And this is the Morse for you. They're hiding that sign from you here. What stands out to me on this house is the porch. I love porches like this. When it rains here in Florida, like it does in the lots of times in the summer, that's our rainy season here. I want to just sit out here. You know, I just want to sit in this chair. Wow, and then as I sit down, it just started pouring. Look at this. What we call a sun shower here in Florida. But I do love this. I do love this porch. The other feature I noticed is that you have the two. It's like almost like the what is the look they say? Was it farm look? Did they say? Yeah, farmhouse look. You can tell it looks like it. The barn, almost like a barn door. Then you have the one here. That's your golf cart garage. These communities today around South Florida, they're all very golf cart friendly. So a few things I want to mention. Farmhouse, I mentioned farmhouse. That is sort of like when you buy the base price, when you buy the home, and I'll give you the base price now. The Morse base price is, we're going to go up, like I said, we're going up a notch. We're going up a notch in terms of width. You're adding about 10 feet on the width of the house. We're starting the base price at $530,000. So we're getting bigger there. The farmhouse is one of the collections. When you do your options, it's not really like an a la carte options that they do at KOV. When I did homes down in Avenir with them, the community is La Thierry. If you've followed the channel, it's probably not on the channel anymore because we unlist some of the older videos because that community did sell out. If you want to buy an Avenir, you know we're the king of Avenir. KOVanian had that community, La Thierry, and they had the same thing. They have it. The different collections are actually, I don't know what they're all called, but this one's the farmhouse, and we came across some of the others. I'll show you as we go through it. I do know they call them pallets actually. They have 6 altogether. And just to give you a bit more on the community, they have a total of 10 models, 10 floor plans, 6 models. They start with the small. We skipped over the smaller collection. The smaller collection are the villas. They're like paired townhomes is how I like to say it. Like when we did a lot of that business in Arden, we do a lot of business in Arden and Loxahatchee/Wellington, Florida. They have the Lennar, the builder there, has paired townhouses that sell very well. They have them here. They call them villas here, and they start, believe it or not, at base price of the house is about $340,000. This community is mainly selling, not mainly, but the pricing is so aggressive on the quick delivery that's where most of the sales are. They sold about, since last fall when they opened, around October, they've sold about 45 homes so far. By the time you see this video, there'll be more. You guys know, best time to get in, I'll let you fill in the blank. Best time to get into the community is at the beginning. Hopefully you got that right. The beginning is when you get your best prices. So They usually have the best deal. So this is the villa. We went to the Pines, and now here we're in the Oaks. Again, it's a little bit wider and a little bit a little bit more. So number of homes. Phase 1 is going to have 295 homes. That's what we're working with now. After that, phase 2 is going to be 336 homes. So you're looking at, like 600 and change homes altogether. The amenities are going to open in about, what we got here, probably about 4 months from now, that they're gonna be opening. Every 55 plus community has great amenities. This is no different. If you want to play pickleball, everybody does. They have it here. I'll go over some of the numbers later. Does this community have a CDD? The answer is yes. Stick around and we'll go over those numbers. It's in a community, it's in the larger communities called Wylder, right? They have several. They have Bristol at Wylder. They have the Four Seasons at Wylder. They have Glenea now. I just did a video a few weeks back right there on Glenea. It's a country club. One of the benefits to living here is that you can buy a non-resident membership to the country club. So you don't have to belong to it, but if you're a golfer and you want to be a member of Glenea and live here in Four Seasons, you can do it. You have the best of both worlds. The choice is yours. So which one is your favorite so far? I really like that, Kelly. Lots of times I like homes that are the biggest in that collection. So far I like that. Here is the smallest of the Oaks collection, the Morris. It has a nice, so here's 2 features I like. 3 features, technically. Nice, big, open dining area. It's not really a dining room, it's a dining area. It's this way. You notice how it goes that way instead of like this? The other one makes the house look longer. This one makes it because we have more width to work with here. The feature I like I was mentioning is this. You've got a way out here to the outside, and you have another one here. So that's my other feature I like. The other aspect of that, I'm going to come around here as I walk through the family room. Let me see if I can capture it. Look how wide that is. The sliders are pretty high, and it's very wide, and it gives you a nice look to that lake. And I got to tell you about the lot prices right now. It's like the rain's over now for 5 minutes. It only took about 5 minutes, but this is what people like. You see how big that lake is? You don't always get that. I get a lot of people asking about they move and it's on a smaller lake and they're like, I wish it was a bigger lake. You don't have to worry about it here. That is a nice size lake. Lot prices. Well, first of all, they have lake lots and they have preserve lots. If you're a person who cherishes your privacy, you're going to want a preserve lot. They're cheaper too. Preserves are anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000. Lake lots are anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000. When I'm giving you the base price of the home, you have to add that on. Reach out to us and we'll tell you. Book that Zoom call. Email us. Let us help you with this because we can give you good guidance on this. The other factor is I learned today is that I mentioned they have townhouses or these paired villas. You can actually get a townhouse, one of their townhouse products, with a lake view. There's only a few of those. So if you want that, you have to be quick. Again, most of the homes are being the quick delivery in nature right now. But as you can tell, when you have 600 plus homes, we're still getting in really, really early. There's your plunge pool. We talked about that. We are near. We're in Wylder. This is a community that's a little bit more remote than the rest of Port St. Lucie. We're about 12 minutes from Port St. Lucie West. About how much from Tradition? I think she said. We're about 13 minutes to Tradition. The beach is going to be a little bit of a ride. You're looking at about 35 minutes, something like that. You have a beach called the Inland Beach. That's over near Fort Pierce. That's going to be your closest. That's going to be only going to be about 20 minutes. But to get to Jensen Beach, you're looking at about 35 minutes. This area is going to grow. And that's one of the reasons why the prices are just so crazy low right now, because once the amenities open, the prices will go higher. Once that town center that they're building just to the north of here opens, prices are going to go higher. Again, I like to cover these communities early because I think your best prices come right about now. So here in the Moors, the kitchen, the island's a big island. It's not just long like the others were. This is definitely a little bit longer, but it's also a lot wider. They're using the quartz and they're using the 1-inch. Let's take a look at the other aspects. Let's look at the master. Tell me you wouldn't die for this master. This is a beautiful master. Nice master bedroom here. And almost like a separate, I mean, there's like 2 master bedrooms. It's like a sitting area. The window's open here. Look at that. I'm not going to touch it. But you've got a sitting area here. It's right by the lake. It just shows extremely well. So big bedroom, and right off the bedroom is our master bath, which we got the nice double rain shower head. 2 sinks, 2 sides to it, his and hers. And again, this is for a 55 plus. This is a super big closet, and it's off the bathroom. How do you feel about that? Do you like the bath? Do you like the closet off the master bath? People like 50-50 on that. Some people do, some people don't. What do you think? Got a little bit of sense of deja vu. This office looks very similar to the last model we were in. Looks about the same size. I think it's also the fact that it's decorated in similar fashion. Also, the mudroom, as we say, it's a lot bigger here. Look at this. It's got a nice hallway. There you go. They even show it with your pickleball paddle. About the same size laundry room, but this mud area is a lot bigger. And then we're going to go mosey on over, and this is the front door right here. And we're going to go over to the secondary bedroom. I think it's similar to the larger one that we had seen. It's about the same size as that. The first one seemed to have the smallest. So this one is 2375 square feet under here. The price of this, the base price of this is $530. So you have so here's the elevations I was telling you about, or the what do you call it? The packages with it, with the upgrades and whatnot. They have a loft, the farmhouse, and the classic. Those are the ones. So each one's a little bit bigger, a little bit price different. Here's my sheet. If you want this sheet, let me know. I can give it to you. Prices will change, but I'll give you what is current. So this house is $530. If it's a loft, it's going to be $557. If it's a farmhouse, you're looking at $564. And if it's a classic, it's $568. So in terms of upgrades, those are pretty affordable. This is why you stick around to the end of these videos. This is the best house. This is not even a comparison. I like the Kelly I said, but this is not even a comparison. Kitchen for a 55 plus community is huge. By the way, I'm older than 55, just in case you haven't wondering. Maybe you said it's obvious, but if I'm looking at buying a home at a 55 plus, I get people that want smaller homes. I want this. This is what I want. This is I like bigger homes. I'm spoiled that way. This house is about 312 feet square feet under air. And let's go show you the Franklin here at the Four Seasons. This is why I love this house. This kitchen is gigantic. It goes, I'm just going to walk around it. Look, I'm just walking around. It covers, it's indented from the rest of the family room. It just keeps going. The island is insane. It's just a big, and maybe the whiteness of it is also what I'm attracted to, but it is a super big kitchen. The island is not like Long Island, New York, but just a Long Island here in Florida. It's also very wide. They're showing it with 5 seats, which they don't normally. You can definitely get more than 5 people. They have 6 here. You can get more than that, I'm thinking. Again, nice quartz countertop, and they've matched it to here. I like the way they do that. Cabinetry almost up to the ceiling. Now, they said that this comes in the classic. So let's price this out as a classic. So if you're buying the Franklin, the base price is $590. When you add in the options, the upgrades for a classic, you're looking at $637, and in my opinion, worth every penny. I just love this kitchen. This is an amazing house if you're entertaining. You have here your little dining area. Over here, you have a formal dining room. And it's a big one, too. Nice little funky chandelier you have going there. And it comes all the way back here. Look at this. So it goes all the way back here, so you can see. So I love the way this thing shows. This is, and I don't know that I've ever seen a floor plan like this, to be honest with you. This is their biggest house. It is now we're going to 3. It's the only one we're seeing today. 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. So you're entertained. This is a house that's made for entertaining. You have your half bath. Here it is. If you like to do a lot of entertaining, get a home with a half bath, definitely. Mudroom, not as big as that other one, but it's still pretty big. As you come off the house, you've got your utility. Watch this. Oh, can't get over. Here we go. There's your double utility closet. It's a big utility closet, so you can really store. I thought that might have been a second air conditioning. That's why I was saying watch this. And the reason is, so you guys know, I know these new construction homes very well. Ray Fernandez, living in Palm Beach, Florida. The cutoff to go from 1 air conditioning unit to 2 is 3,000 square feet. So if you're at 3,000, which is where this home is, it's questionable whether they're going to use a second unit. They're not here. But if this home was anything more than 3,000, they would. As we come back here, this is your front room. And this is the biggest secondary room that we've seen so far. And a bonus here, it's an ensuite. So all these features are why this home is priced higher. This is my standout in this home. It's got a lot of room for entertaining. Also, decent sized laundry room. I mean, I'm not sure it's that much bigger than the others. We're coming through here. Another nice ensuite. Check this out. Are you a dog person? These people are. So this is in the Oaks collection. The biggest collection is the Oaks collection. Remember, you're going to be about 10 feet wider. Now I'm moseying on to the back of the house, which we haven't even gotten to yet. So here we go. This is the master suite here at the Franklin. One of the things I like about this is the big window. Lots of light in here. Love it. Nice tray ceiling. Big bathroom. I don't think you have to take the tub, but you know what? I would take it. Standalone water source right there. double rain shower thing. That seems to be common with the designer here. A pretty big, the closet's about as big as those other ones. A big closet for a 55 plus. When we walked in, if you've noticed, we come here. These have like barn doors here. This is your office. Your office is sort of off the master suite. I like the concept of that. It's away from everything. It's nice and private. It looks out onto the pool for ultimate distractions while you're working. But it just looks beautiful. So the elevations, when you hear the word elevations, they're not talking about how tall the house is. They're talking about like the stonework on the outside, the look on the outside. They have Spanish, they have Mediterranean, they have coastal, and they have farmhouse. So some of them they all come with different prices. So reach out if you want some help on this. By the way, don't walk into the sales center on your own. I know I've said it before, but I know I've said it in every video, because if you walk into that sales center on your own, you're crazy. You need help. You want help from someone like us. It's nothing out of your pocket, and we can give you a ton of guidance. There's no discount for not using us. You can ask them. They'll tell you that. I want to go outside because they got this is on that big lake, and they've got a nice pool. And a couple of things I want to tell you. So if you want one of those smaller houses on the water, those are going to go pretty quick. Reach out to us right away if that is you. Beautiful pool, right? They have like five like features, the types of pools you can get. That's more than most builders give you. I want to go over the numbers. I know you guys like to know about the numbers. The clubhouse is not built right now. It's going to be built. It's going to be ready relatively soon, as I mentioned earlier. The prices I'm giving you are after the clubhouse is built. So this is what's going to happen, because by the time you see this video, there's a good chance the clubhouse will be built, because our videos take a while to get on YouTube channel. The price starts at about $409. Depends on the type of home, the size of your home. The HOA is at $409, which for a 55 plus community, that is insane. That is really good. And it goes up to about $413. So it's not really a big difference. So if you're looking at about in the low fours for your HOA, I mentioned before it has a CDD. That's a fee that you pay in your taxes, not part of your HOA. That is going to be anywhere between $1,881 per year, up to about $2,200 per year. Okay, amenities wise, what does it include? I had to go inside to get this sheet. So I don't know if you heard, it's like this is the high gloss floor. If you're looking at options in high gloss, it can be a little bit slippery. So keep that in mind. It looks great. People love it or hate it, the high gloss. But anyways, I wanted to give you what the HOA includes. It's a lot. Here's the sheet. If you want me to send this to you, I will. Let me just read them right off. Fitness studio, event room, social room, open air veranda, a jacuzzi, a spa, pool cabana, pickleball courts, food truck and lawn area, and walking paths. There's a lot of stuff here. Also, it's a guarded gate. It's with a virtual, it's not a manned gate. It's what they call a virtual guard gate. They take care of your weeding, your mowing, your fertilizing, your edging, your irrigation, and your mulch. They also take care of pest control for all the common areas, exterior common areas. So it gets on. The HOA is very low for a 55 plus community, and well, for one that includes all that to me is a really good deal from an HOA standpoint. Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, paradise here in South Florida.